This is Delgar the Casual Gamer, and I thought I would just share with you the entry clip that I made to get into the C3 competition. The C3 competition is still ongoing. I have made it into round 2. My competitor for round 2 is actually Mufta, and I'm pretty sad about that because, let's face it, Mufta's a better commentator than me, and he's probably going to kick my ass, but you know, it's sad that I have to face him so early into the competition. I was kind of hoping for a Mufta Delgar final, but sadly that's not going to be the case. If you haven't checked out any of the videos for the C3 competition, go on over and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description to the channel. It's being hosted on Serial Assassin's channel. And what you're going to see here is I'm just actually showing the clip that I prepared to try and enter into the competition. So the entry requirements to get into the competition was I had to prepare a video based on one of the other topics from the previous round. And the topic that I chose for my video is a life-defining moment from your childhood. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Everyone's childhood is filled with defining moments. It is these moments that shape and mold us into the people that we are today. Whether it be that first crush, or that first kiss, or that first time, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's all of these moments that come together and basically form the tapestry that is our lives, and in turn influence decisions that we make in the future. One of these moments for me happened when I was 11. Up until the time that I entered grade 6, which I did when I was 11, I was for all intents and purposes a good kid. I had never gotten in trouble, I had never been sent to the office, I excelled in school, and the worst comment I think I ever received on a report card up until this point was, Delgar has a firm grasp of the material at hand, but he interferes with the learning of others. In grade 6, this all changed. I started hanging out with a different group of people, and they were not at all the same sort of good influencing type of people that I used to hang out with. My journey towards the dark side began when a couple of my new friends started shoplifting. And it wasn't before long that all of my friends were shoplifting. Now, I wish I could say that I took the high road and I got up on my soapbox and I preached the evils of shoplifting, but that's not what happened. Although I was the last of my friend group to finally succumb to the peer pressure, I did finally start shoplifting with my friends. Now, it started out very small, you know, some candy here, a few toys there. It eventually came to a point where I wasn't even stealing stuff that I needed or wanted anymore. I was actually just stealing stuff just to see if I could steal it. I did have a couple of close calls where I almost got caught, but I was an ingenious little 11-year-old. And what I had done was I had tore the lining in my jacket so that small stuff that I could steal, I could slip into my pocket and then slide it into the lining, so basically it would sit with inside my coat. So in the few instances where it was a close call, the shopkeeper basically asked me to empty my pockets, at which point I would empty my pockets, which were completely empty. But, of course, the lining of my jacket was filled with all of my ill-gotten goods. One by one, however, my friends started getting caught. In Canada, however, if you're under the age of 12, there really isn't much that the law can do to you. Basically, they're depending upon your parents to mete out punishment befitting the crime that you've committed. Unless, of course, you commit some, heinous type of crime, which shoplifting doesn't really fall under. Soon, it was just me and one other friend that hadn't been caught yet. And this was all about to change. Even many years later. I'm not going to go into how many years. I remember this day clearly. We were at a department store, we were wandering around, and basically he wanted some candy. I'm not exactly sure where we were going at this point. I don't really remember that. I just remember telling him, oh, we'll just take it, we'll go. So he grabbed the candy that he wanted, he put it in his pocket, and as we were leaving the store, I remember the guy tapping us on the shoulder, telling us to stop. And my heart sank. I knew that this was it, that at this moment, it was over. I was caught, I was going to get in trouble. And as he searched me and my friend, he found the candy on my friend, and he let me go. And all I can remember is watching my friend blubbering as they escorted him into the back room, and basically they just let me go. And I was that close to getting caught. It was at that moment that I had decided that I was going to completely stop shoplifting. I had a close call, I had almost been caught, and basically I had been scared straight. So I made the right decision, and I decided to stop shoplifting, and I never stole anything again from that point on. However, I still hung out with that same group of friends, so my journey down the dark side didn't quite end at that point, but that's a tale for another time.